from the VIP lounge at the Russell in downtown Hartford, Connecticut, welcome to the Chat It Up Show!
Hi,
My name's Jessi McCauley.
I'm Naisha McCauley, and you're watching AccessTV.org.
Stars of the show, Mr. Motivational with the fresh cardigan, Brendan Colbert!
What's up? What's going on? Got crazy.
Following, in her sparkly dress, doing her best Tina Turner impersonation, O'Neal Watkins! And fresh off of the Jamaican version of the Miami Vice reboot, it's your boy, Jessi!
Alright guys, welcome to the Stand Up Show. Of course, we're here to give you some school fashion, arts, entertainment, and culture. But, you know, it was Thanksgiving a few days ago, and we just want to say welcome to the full belly and food that we ate over that weekend. How was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. It was amazing, actually. I had a nice, quiet Thanksgiving, but that's all I ever really want, you know, a time to enjoy that day with my family and just, you know, cook a little, eat a little.
So you
enjoy.
cook?
I did not cook this time,
Okay.
but that's because
She
there were
burned
three
the
people
rice.
at my. Listen, Jessi, I've never heard any rumors about Jessi being able to cook, so tell him,
I can
don't
cook,
come
though.
for me if I don't send for you.
Oh, well, I can cook that. And how did you spend your Thanksgiving, sir?
My Thanksgiving was good. It was real low
You
key.
did cook.
Y'all know how I get down. I done heard the rumors, but my Thanksgiving was good. A lot of people sent me pictures, videos of the turkeys I donated.
Right.
Not something I asked for, but it was dope. You know what I mean? I actually went to work on Thanksgiving too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I went to work. I mean, it's another day to me. Time and a half doesn't hurt.
It does not. But saying all the turkey and all that festivity, today I'm 1 year older, not me actually. The motivational king of the rapping world, of the Chat It Up Show, all that. Today is Brandon's birthday. And we just want to say happy birthday to him. So again, we just want to say, well, Thanksgiving, right? So we want to ask you what you're thankful for today. It's your birthday.
I'm thankful.
40-year-old, but
Oh, wait. I take it. Age is wisdom. Ain't nothing wrong with that. No, like I say every week, I'm thankful for my life, health, and strength. I'm thankful I'm in predicaments and opportunities to give to others, to create this work. I've been, you know, we started my Mood is Work campaign. You know what I mean? Got a lot of comments off that. But the best part of my birthday was when my nieces sent me my birthday video. Not too sure why they were yelling. The phone was on. No, it was good. You know what I mean? Cheers to many more. Anybody who follows my social media knows how I really feel about my birthday. I'm real low key about it. You know, because a lot of negative things have been attached to my birthday throughout my life, but we were able to do some positivity on it and move these birds and move this work. So that's
what do you
it.
have planned for today?
Today?
Yeah.
We got a lot planned today.
Saturday
actually.
night, so.
You know what I mean? You know, we might hit a couple. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Like I said,
I know.
It's a family show. You know what I mean? So I won't be wearing a cardigan tomorrow. We move a little bit. So.
Hey, listen. Okay, so talking about all that, right? And the partying. So there was a big thing happened last Sunday, and Miss Universe was on, and say the least, I'll leave that to the Queen. I'm gonna have Tunil give me a breakdown of what happened on Sunday. Because I'm gonna chop her up too, you know, in a little bit.
Yeah, so you already know my favorite national holiday was on Sunday. The Miss Universe pageant was on. I love that pageant. It's one of my favorites. And it was awesome to see so many different beauties across the stage, different complexions, different hair types. It was amazing. So of course the big controversy was, dun dun dun, Miss Jamaica Universe, who was absolutely flawless, fabulous, and rocking her afro, did not win. She placed second runner-up, although that's a really great placement. Hello, Miss Jamaica. Congratulations on placing top 3. She didn't win.
Right.
Okay, and of course, you know, a lot of people expected her to win. Twitter was going absolutely nuts after that, with people saying she was robbed. It's because she wore her afro. It's because of her dark complexion. All of these different things. Because, you know, I think, you know, the world, or at least the Afro-centric part of the world, really wanted to see a black beauty take it this year. So I actually saw some, you know, some arguments about, like, you know, whether or not this was because Miss South Africa, who did win, congratulations to you, Beauty, if she had a look that Miss Universe is known for. So does Miss Universe have a look? What do you think?
Well, so that's my thing. So she was not as commercial as Miss Colombia and Miss South Africa. She was black and beautiful, so she wasn't the fit that the ex-Trump was looking for, because you know they have a look and they're looking for a specific girl, but yes, she was smart and beautiful, but she wasn't the commercial girl. That's what the
But then again, I don't know, why isn't Black Beauty commercial?
Well, because she has the afro. No, how would, I just think that she was not commercial as possible for the universe, for Miss Universe actually.
Deep way in.
She was bad, man.
Yes, she was.
Let me tell y'all something, man. No, all jokes is, well, I wasn't joking. But
Davina, get at him.
right. Desire of something doesn't mean you deserve it. At all. You know, I don't know. I've never been in a pageant, but I don't know. But we witnessed. You know, we saw something that we never saw this summer, right?
Yeah.
So
we sure did.
I will say, you know, the Twitter conversations and so on and so forth. I'm sorry. What's her name?
Davina.
Davina may have felt fine that night.
Oh yeah, she was.
You know what I mean? She
was
might have felt fine, and it's a situation where I don't want an award because I'm black. If you don't want them to take it away from you because you're black, you shouldn't want it because you're black. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's obviously something that should be talked about more. But I don't know. Let's get her on the show and ask her about it.
Absolutely, we'd love to have her on the show. You know what I think it was? I can, as a pageant myself, I can look at her performance, and there were times where I didn't think it was, that strong. But that last question, her final question, I think she answered that amazing. And I thought her answer was the best one out of the 3. Right. And as far as I'm concerned, if it was based off the final question, then yeah, I wanted her to win it because I thought she deserved it. Yeah. Do I think, it should have been like, win because, we need to see Black Beauty? Absolutely not. We've already seen it. We've embraced it. We love it. But you're absolutely right when you say just because you think you deserve it
means nothing.
Doesn't mean anything. Absolutely. It's about what you work for. And of course, it's subjective.
Okay, well, on all that, we'll be right back. You're watching Chat It Up.
The 3rd annual GHPA High School Basketball Spirit of the Dot Classic is back, featuring the best in high school basketball, going down Saturday, December 16th at the Trinity College Ferris Athletic Center, 300 Summer Street in Hartford. This year's schedule is loaded with great matchups and rivalries. 5 high-powered games under one roof, and it's only $10 for the day. For more information, email ghpayouth@gmail.com. See you at the 3rd annual GHPA High School Basketball, the Spirit of the Dot Classic, Saturday, December 16th at the Trinity College Ferris Athletic Center. Sponsored by Devon Ward Law Office, Metro Mike PCS, Dynell Martin Scholarship Foundation, A&G Insurance, AccessTV.org, Baller TV, and Hot 93.7.
Of course, we're gonna kick it off with some more chat scoop, and here's what I am dying to talk about: this whole controversy around Matt Lauer, one of the Today Show's most reputable and favorite hosts. Like, my mind was absolutely blown, guys. Weigh in. What do you guys think?
He's fired. That's pretty much it. I don't know. He was one of, okay, so I like hosting and stuff like that, and I really used to just wake up in the morning and look at this guy and say, oh wow, I want to be like him one day. Well, I really don't want to be like him one day. I'm sorry, I really do not want to be like him at all. Because he was really a good host. He bring the vibe. He was just, natural and fun. But to hear what he did is just crazy. It's like, that could be my sister, my mother.
Absolutely.
It could be my best friend, a friend, or something.
I think what a lot of people fail to realize is that who you see sometimes on television, oftentimes, is not the person's real self.
Very true.
And so a lot of people have been saying, oh my God, Matt Lauer.
Right.
No, it can't be Matt Lauer.
Right.
It can be Matt Lauer. It can be your coworker. It can be whomever, because you don't really know what's going on behind the scenes. And then there are people who've been like, oh, the women are coming out for money. I'm like, if they wanted money, they could have had money years ago. This is not about money. This is about, resentment.
I think some of it is
revenge.
money, of course.
I mean, yeah, there's
some of
who are
them
gonna,
because you know what, he has some money. I would like $1 million right now.
Absolutely, there's some who are going to jump on the bandwagon.
Right.
But when there's evidence, like there's evidence with Matt Lauer,
Right.
like clearly something has been going on that maybe some people have been keeping hush for quite a long time.
Yes, I think it's absolutely disgusting. It's not just Matt Lauer. It's this whole unbreaking of the industry and this and that. Y'all know I got sisters, I got nieces, I got their kids. You know what I mean? And I couldn't imagine somebody feeling uncomfortable at work. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's what it is. You know what I mean? Like, take the Hollywood away from it. You know what I mean? Right. This is somebody coming to work and feeling uncomfortable every day at work.
Right.
And I
It is sad.
yeah, it
And
is.
you
It's
spend
crazy.
more time. You spend more time at work than you do at home.
Yeah.
Absolutely. As an adult,
You
yes,
live
do.
at work.
You live
You're
at work.
absolutely right.
And I'm surprised, the resolve. Like, think about it from a different point of view. The resolve from their older brothers and their uncles to not run up on Matt Lauer. I'm just keeping it real. Like, you know what I mean? We keep it real. Think about somebody OG. My sister couldn't tell me that. I'm a King Kong. What? Like, come on, big fella. It's just disgusting, man.
It is. Well, hey, I hope there's justice served, and he's already fired, but fire him again, and keep firing him. Well, true. So maybe they'll fire him on the street, but hey.
Hey, the thing in Hollywood, it's about being blackballed. It's not just about being
That's true.
fired.
That's worse
It's about
to them.
being blackballed.
Oh yeah. So yeah. Oh.
It's a wrap.
So he has no more work. I'm sorry.
Hello.
Oh yeah, no more hosting. I'm sorry, but on that note, it's just a hard segue to just go. Well, not really. So we're gonna go talk about from the heart, right? So we soulfully we want to tell people how we feel about situations and tragedies like this, so that we can just let people know that this is not like something that they should be afraid of. Touch on the topic of people who are actually going through these situations daily and they can't even say anything. So from the soul.
Yeah, man. Never, ever be afraid to speak your mind. Never be afraid to defend yourself. Never be afraid to hold your ground, stand your ground. Because nobody should ever be uncomfortable. We think about domestic violence. We think about violence in the workplace. We think about violence within friendship. It doesn't have to be a domestic thing. Never let anybody make you feel uncomfortable in the skin that you're in. And I understand politics. I hate that it's like that when people have to, these women have to think about their jobs. Men too. You know what I mean? These people have to think about their jobs and their careers, but are you still going to be able to look yourself in the mirror and respect the person that you see tomorrow morning? And that's not putting blame on you, the victim, because I'll never victim blame. But what I'm saying is, if something makes you uncomfortable, there's a reason why it makes you uncomfortable. There's a reason why it you know what I mean? You feel your fingertips tingling and everything like that. And I say stand up for yourself. You know what I mean? Call Uncle B if you got to call Uncle B.
Absolutely.
What?
I'm sorry, to piggyback off of that, B, but it's also not just about standing up for yourself in the moment, because in the moment it can be very hard, but also about not being afraid to share your story. You don't have to share the bits and pieces, every little detail, but being able to go ahead and say, you know what, this did happen, but I rose above it because, or I'm trying to get myself through it even though it's hard because there are other people who are inside of themselves suffering for the same reasons that don't get to share these things. And it torments people and eats them up, and you never know whose life you could be saving by sharing your piece of the story. So I commend those women who spoke out about all of these acts that are happening to them, because they're saving someone else's life somewhere else.
Well, I'm going to take a sip on that, and we'll be right back. You're watching Chat It Up.
My name is McCauley, and I do business as Light Source Productions. I provide professional services in the area of strategic video communications. First, what we do is we help you craft your message using what I call the rule of the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. We do event documentation, content acquisition, full-scale productions, editing, and of course distribution through our social media television network. And with social media, video is more important now than it has ever been. Whether you're talking big business, small business, nonprofit, church, or just an individual. Let's say you're planning an event, a wedding, whatever the case may be. But let's say a big event, but no video. And you spent all this time, all these hours to put this event on, and maybe 100, 200 people attend the event. But more important than that is that thousands could attend by watching it on social media. But of course, you don't think about this until after the event is over. You can't afford not to capture it for social media. And despite what people think, I am affordable. Give me a call. Let's plan your next video project and share it with the world on my social media television network. I promise you that you will have the attention of one person, me.
And of course, we are back with the Chat It Up show. And I am so excited. I have none other than Miss Shakia Seabrook with me, who is a renowned author, and she has a great story to tell us about why she wrote her story. So, Miss Shakia, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Same here. I'm so excited to have you. Now, for those of us who do not know, please tell us about your book, about what made you write it.
Of course. So the book is called The Decision, a conversation on the tempting, confusing, yet rewarding abstinence journey. And I just want to clarify that abstinence, what I'm talking about is sexual abstinence. And I always say I wish I had an amazing story about how I came about making this decision, but the truth is that at a young age it just felt right. But as I got older, I began to understand, as my relationship with Christ became closer, that there's a lot of consequences and risks with having sex and having multiple partners. And to me, it still just makes sense. When I kind of flesh out all that comes with it, I'm just like, it's not for me. It's not right now. When I get married.
I hear you.
Not right now.
All right, so I heard you call it an abstinence journey.
Absolutely.
So why the word journey?
Journey because I feel like I've been traveling it, right? Because so many things I've encountered. There's been good times, there's been difficult times, there's been ups and downs, and moments of reward and all that. But I just feel like I'm on a quest, right, to find my husband and to seal the deal. But until then, it's a journey to get to him, and I'm learning along the way.
Right.
So I just thought about it's like a quest to find him, and so it's a journey along the way to find him.
I hear that. Now, along the journey, I'm sure that there's a lot of, bumps and bruises in the road and obstacles we can trip over. So does this book talk a little bit about temptation?
Oh, girl, yes.
Okay.
Temptation is the number one reason I think people are fearful of practicing abstinence. And I tell people, you don't have to practice abstinence until marriage. That would be my goal. But if you take the time just to take sex out of your life, you'd be surprised on how you can get to know yourself on a deeper level.
Absolutely.
But the biggest fear is when temptation comes up, what am I going to do? How do I handle that? Because we're so used to not disciplining our urges. Mm-hmm. You can do it. It can be done. I'm living testament of it. But people don't understand how do you do that. So in the book, there is a chapter on how do you overcome and, temptation, where you're faced with that. How do you get out of it? Because I tell people you have to know your triggers. That's the biggest thing. If you can identify your triggers, you know how to avoid them. That's temptation, right? Very if you can you know what? I probably shouldn't go to his house at 8 o'clock at night. Because it's a trigger. I probably should be in his room watching movies, even if you're sitting up like this. It's a trigger. You need to avoid it, right? Absolutely. But if you can identify it, then you can avoid that temptation. You know what I mean? So yeah, we go there. Okay, it's real.
Absolutely, I hear that. Now, for everyone, I know that when they first write something, they may not have imagined that it could become this. Tell me about the day that you decided, wow, my writing can become so much more than what I think.
Wow, that's so bomb that you asked that, because when I wrote the book, it was simply just to let ladies and girls know that sexual abstinence is an option, a true option, right? Absolutely. I'm living testament of it. But it wasn't until I got on Instagram and I started making these little 1-minute videos, because mind you, I hadn't really met people who were on this journey like me. Mm-hmm. And then people started DMing me, asking me questions, and I'm like, y'all, I'm not the expert. But they hadn't met someone who was I guess a visual, where they could say, okay, that person is doing it. She's real. She's talking about it. So when they started DMing me and asking me questions, I'm like, wow, this is bigger than me. It's a conversation that needs to be had. Absolutely. And this is just the beginning. You know what I mean? So when people started seeking questions or answers from me, they didn't know me from anything. You know what I mean? But they were just so excited. I'm like, okay, this is bigger than what I thought. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm so glad that I get to hear a little more about what you are clearly purposed to do.
Well,
so
I appreciate
thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
Absolutely.
Now tell us where we can get more information about your book, where we can buy your book, your social media platforms. We love to find you.
Absolutely, because everyone's going to want to buy the book, right?
Absolutely.
Why wouldn't you? That's crazy.
Absolutely.
But you can go to my website, www.shakiaseabrook.com, and that will link you to my social media, which is my Instagram, Shakia Seabrook 22, Facebook is Shakia Seabrook, and on the website you can absolutely purchase the book. International orders, you can definitely go on Amazon and get it.
Okay, awesome. Well, there you have it, everyone. Again, thank you so much for being here with us. Amazing having you. Go get this book. Go get it now.
Gift the book. Gift the book.
Right? Already know. Christmas is coming. Christmas is coming. And Jesus is the reason for the season, y'all.
Amen. Amen.
Stay tuned. You're watching Chat It Up Show.
Now, some insurance companies brag that they could be on the scene of the accident right after it happens. Whose interest do they have in mind? Yours? I don't think so. You may be one paycheck between you and the street. You have 3 children, work in another town. You need that car and you need it fast. If you have an accident, call me. Attorney Jeffrey Dressler, 24/7, 1122.
Welcome back to the Chat It Up Show as I lose my voice. No, we're back here. talk about these trends, what's going on in the world. Got my grandpa's sweater on, so we switched it
I'm
up a little
actually
bit.
liking it, by
You know,
the
switching
way.
it up a little
I
bit.
do like it, you know what I'm saying? He's like,
The thick cable knit. You right there.
I didn't want to wear a coat. It was logistics. But no, we out here moving.
Oh,
but
no,
it's,
no, I
Gotta find
like
cute
it.
ways to stay warm.
all right. Is it still fall fashion?
Yes.
Technically,
Technically.
Fall, winter fashion?
I feel like it's a word for it.
Right.
Yeah.
It's something.
Winter.
You know what?
Winter is December-ish. Like December 22nd. Today is the 2nd of December, so.
True. Well, you know what? You know what's
We're
really
still in
in?
fall.
What's really in is a trend that's coming up as the holiday season is approaching quickly. People really love holiday-themed outfits. They love that. So yeah, like
do you have your ugly sweater? No, that's
basically that's what I'm trying to say.
No.
So people love the ugly
'Cause I
Christmas
really
sweaters,
like
the ugly Christmas
buy one.
aprons. They have ugly Christmas sweater decorating parties. Like
Yeah, I
there's
heard
whole
about that.
themes that arise from holiday-themed clothing.
Wow.
So do you have an ugly Christmas sweater?
I actually do.
Of course.
I actually do. I have a sweater, but it's not ugly, but it's partially ugly. So I guess it's an ugly sweater. no, partially ugly.
I
Well,
want one. I saw one.
Walmart have them on sale right now. I'm sorry.
No, yeah, I saw that.
Shout out to Walmart.
Right. They cut the check. I'm not too sure.
Right.
right.
So I saw a Biggie one.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you know what I mean? Like
A
I got
Biggie Christmas
yeah.
sweater?
Yeah, I saw a
What
big
does
one.
what does that look like?
It's
like,
big. The Santa hat. It just looked
I was
like
gonna
big.
say,
Like,
it's like big with the cigar, with the.
I don't think it's a cigar, but
Right.
Yeah.
I know how it gets
There's
down.
something with smoke coming out of his mouth. Yeah. With a Christmas hat.
Peace.
Well, I think that's trending as well. So earlier you heard us talk about Davina, who is Miss Jamaica Universe, right? So since she won, for Jamaica, and she, the second runner-up, there's Afro that's now trending because she actually wore that. They have this thing on social media. They call it Davina Fro. So that's now trending. So I don't know if this is a partial inspired trend.
You know what? No, it's not. I've recently gone natural. I did the chop. I cut off all my relaxed hair, y'all. I'm all liberated and whatnot. But none of the natural girls told me it takes 1 hour to bring your hair to the top of your head. So I'm a little angry about that. But it's fine. It was fun. And so this inspired my do because I think natural in itself is not a trend, but it's definitely emerging more and more. So props to Davina because she really put it on a global level right now. She really made it, globally popular. So shout out to her. Also, I want to get into social media because social media is a great place for trends to arise. Mm-hmm. So I see that there's more increasing interest in doing a lot of live streaming. So like the Miss Universe pageant, for example, was live streamed. Now, they've been on television since forever, right? But they're live streaming now, and this is a thing. They want to grab their audience on social media because they realize, it's not all about television. The cable thing is dying out.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, you all have your own brands. You guys are pretty much social media, mavericks as well.
Right.
What do you guys say about live streaming?
In the beginning, I was against it. So none of my workshops.
In terms of what?
In terms of using it as a replacement. Right.
Okay.
So in the beginning of my career, I would never record or take a picture or a video at any of my workshops because I had the ideology that the people that took the time to come and sit in this room with me deserve all my attention. But then I realized I can stream it. I can have my young bulls stream it, hop on, they slide their DMs over to the side or whatever. And I realized my turkey drive got over 1,000 views.
Right.
That's awesome.
Like that.
Because of the
You know what I'm saying? So,
Well, I think it's a great platform, by the way. Of course, we are social media television, and you're getting us live here on social media, right? So I think streaming it's a good platform for everything right now. Because again, in the next 5 years, I will not be paying a cable bill because you'll be watching it on demand on either YouTube. So Facebook is going to come with their streaming as well, and LinkedIn is coming up with some video streaming as well. So. I think it's a great thing that Miss Universe did that.
Absolutely. I think that a lot of brands, see that that's what's hot and that's what's getting a lot of attention, and so they're going with it so that they're keeping with the times of their audience. So I think that's amazing. Also, another thing I noticed that's hot is influencer marketing. And influencer marketing is like, there are those people who are like YouTube famous or like Instagram famous. Well, they are making money because brands are paying them to be their brand ambassadors. And then the brands are getting a lot of views and a lot of attention and more customers because of the influencer, doing that branding for them, So, like I see, for example, Fashion Nova. Ladies, if you've ever been on Instagram, if you've ever opened it one time, every single soul is wearing, Fashion Nova jeans, Fashion Nova sweatsuits and whatnot. So celebrities as well, but I've seen it. YouTube gurus are getting paid to do Fashion Nova campaigns now, just by taking a few photos and tagging them. So
Tom Ford, Armani, holla at your boy. I wear it well. Calvin Klein, what do you think?
Oh yeah,
Calvin Klein?
yeah.
I can afford that.
Yeah.
Hello.
It's affordable.
Let's make it happen. So, as the resident old head on the show,
It's an old ad.
the conversation between YouTube famous, Instagram famous, I don't know. I get their work ethic, you know what I mean? But the famous thing, I got an issue with
who's
that.
really doing the work for them, really? Behind
That's
the
what I'm
scenes,
saying.
'cause
Like,
they're really not doing as much
they got
as
a
they
team,
need to. Yes.
like 30.
Yes. One person tweets, one person this,
Right.
one person get the content put together, boom. See when she's like, oh hi.
Absolutely.
That's it. You're famous. So
Absolutely.
I don't like the direction of the world. Somebody being famous for being pretty, and that's how it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm nothing against that. You shouldn't apologize for that.
Right.
But put
At
the
the
work
same
in.
time, I was going to say, I'll kind of be on the other side of that sometimes, that person could really be inspiring some people, I know some Instagram influencers. I went to school with some Instagram influencers, and I was like, wow, people really love you. You have 20,000 people who follow you just to see you, with no makeup on, sticking your tongue out. Like, wow, that's amazing. But there are people who are really inspired by that, who feel like, I can't wear no makeup myself or whatever. So, I mean, more props to you. Kudos to you. You found a way to give yourself more exposure, I guess, for your brand, and someone likes it. So, hey, I mean, I'm not going to knock what you do. I'm also puzzled by it. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I worry about that. I worry about like the long effects.
Right.
I don't want my niece and my nieces and my goddaughters thinking that this is the route to success.
Right, pretty is it.
there
Yeah,
you
I
go.
agree.
Pretty, as she says, pretty hurts. So we'll be right back. You're watching the Shout Up Show. Welcome back to the Shout Up Show. What an amazing show. Of course, this is a celebration. Of course, we want to give thanks for life for Mr. Brandon Colbert. Let's give it up for him one more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Word.
Oh. On point.
The most smooth thank you ever. Just
Word.
Appreciate it.
Yep. We also thank our guest Shakia Seabrook for chatting and vibing with us, and it was an amazing interview you guys had.
thank you, absolutely. I really loved her energy, loved her vibe, and loved her story, because I think it's great that we get to tell a lot of different people's stories, and it's all about, seeing the diverse opinions and lifestyles of people around the world. That's why Shout It Up is here.
Well, again, we all want to, from the bottom of our heart, thank you for watching the show, and keep tuning in. And as always, where we get all our friends from,
all over the world.